Have you ever wished you could clone your best employees? Of course, that's not yet possible, but in our work with the San Francisco VA Medical Center, we're moving closer to that ideal, while at the same time helping more veterans qualify for veteran-facing jobs at the VA. The key is predictive analytics. First, a little bit of background. Veterans to Work helps veterans launch careers in the new economy. Since our founding in 2008, we've helped more than 8,000 veterans with free tools, resources, and programs to help them discover best fit careers, improve employability, and gain access to economic opportunity. Now, the goal of this project was to test the usefulness of aptitude-based hiring for certain positions. Medical support assistants were chosen as our target group because of hiring volume, high turnover, and potential to qualify and hire more veterans for the job. 11 top performing MSAs were identified and used to create an ideal candidate profile, which was then used to screen applicants. Given the limited scope of our Spark stage project, the true impact on turnover and patient satisfaction can't yet be measured, but the measurable results were extremely encouraging. No fewer than 34 veterans applied using the aptitude assessment, 5 of whom were seen as strong fits for the job. Now, let's step back to look at what lies behind our methodology. We start with the premise, of course, that a fulfilled employee is a great employee. So we help veterans discover their career options and what is going to amount to a fulfilling career for them. We, of course, start with helping them discover what they're good at, what they really care about, what they're passionate about, and then marry that up with what the world needs. The sweet spot there is essentially where all 3 of these come together. So the process takes about 30 minutes for a veteran, and there are 2 surveys that comprise what we call the success profile for the veteran. The first measures career aptitude. That is to say, the veteran's job relevant innate qualities. And that produces a report that's personalized for the veteran, as well as a career profile or success profile summary. The second piece is the interest profiler, which also provides a detailed report to the veteran and is summarized in the interest profile. And all that comes together as we map that against high demand jobs to produce the best fit careers for that particular veteran. With that knowledge, the veteran then can then focus his or her job search. Now, from the hiring manager standpoint, really a hiring manager wants to know 2 things. First of all, can this person do the job? And secondly, will this person do the job? Unfortunately, right now, the prevailing method is really what amounts to a rear view hiring method. It's not really very informative. It's a very poor predictor of job success, as it turns out, especially for veterans with limited prior experience. And it misses aptitude matches that are unrelated to active duty experience. Now, our what if is, what if you could see ahead also? That is the aim of predictive job matching, is to really help employers like the VA see potential, that is to identify those job candidates most likely to succeed in a given job, and to find and hire the right person for the job based on aptitude and interests and overall fit. Now, aptitude-based hiring is, I mentioned that resumes plus structured interviews are pretty weak predictors traditionally, and less than 20% predictive of job success. If you throw in aptitude-based hiring plus some training, that goes up to a factor of 5. With job enrichment and development, that goes up even higher. So back to our question, what if you could clone your best workers? Well, at the VA, the process works like this. The idea is to identify your top performers, to administer to them the same aptitude assessment that applicants would take, with the resulting composite defining an ideal candidate and producing this ideal candidate profile. That profile, again, is used to screen for applicants. And here's an example, for example, of a weak fit, where the applicant on the left is mapped against the ideal candidate profile, which shows that in the key areas that really drive success, where these thick nodes are, the applicant is deficient and therefore not a really good fit. Here's an example of a strong fit where the applicant now is matched and meets or exceeds all of the qualities associated with most strongly associated with job success. Now, so here's a side-by-side comparison so you can see these actual examples, how they differ. So ultimately, we want to give employers a 360 candidate view, not just the rear view, which is embodied here, but also to throw in a little bit of personal information that also provides a writing sample for the employer. Each veteran would have these up to 3 components that define the success profile. These are essentially the can do, or answer the can do question. The will do part of it is embodied in this panel in the lower center that shows the courses, curricula, programs that the veteran has actually completed as part of the Veterans to Work program, and provide evidence of motivation to move, in a particular direction and succeed. And then finally, the icing on the cake is the tax credits and subsidies that any employer would be entitled to receive based on the veteran's qualifications. And by the way, it's something we can administer and deliver to the client. So where do we go from here? Well, obviously, we need a wider platform to validate and confirm the findings of the very limited scope Spark stage. So seed stage grant would be where we could accomplish that. The idea there would be to further support aptitude-based hiring in a broader range of VA positions, opening up more jobs for veterans and improving overall hiring metrics. That is a summary of our work with the San Francisco VA and aptitude-based hiring. If you have any questions, we'd be very happy to answer them for you. You can reach us at our website is veterans2work.org, and an email at info@veterans2work.org will get to us. We'd be very happy to chat. Thanks very much for your time.